So, the way that Schae and I first met was through mutual friends at this girl named Jessica Phillips' house. And she was in there right after a soccer game looking outrageous, just like she had just gotten back from the soccer game, of course. And she just randomly started talking to me. First thing I noticed about Schae was that she seemed athletic and she was just so sweet. Just not just beautiful by the way she looks, obviously she's beautiful, but just inside and out, like she's just got a beautiful heart. Mine and Schae's relationship consists of her smiling at me, me smiling at her without my mouth open, and then hugs and kisses, and just her being the joy of my life from the standpoint of just the best girlfriend in the entire world. But when she was in class, she used to always make little cards for me just because she was bored or whatever she was doing in class. I don't know, she doesn't multitask very well, and she's ADHD for sure. And she'd always write me little notes and stuff and then see me on the weekends because we went to different high schools, you know. And like over the years, she just always continued to make me things, and that's kind of how the habit started, that I kept all the things she ever gave me, which is from that first time that I just wasn't used to that kind of love from somebody.
There's no one who's like ready to first jump up and like get out the door and do some shit than Schae is ever. Like the first one ready to raise her hand and get about no matter what the situation is.
I don't know where that is. But yeah, we had classes freshman year where we talk about Taylor pretty much every day.
I was in the back playing defense and Schae was a forward on the opposite team. Schae was coming down the field with the ball and I accidentally stepped on her foot and she pushed me down to the ground, and you can use your imagination for what she said walking away from me. Thus our beautiful friendship was born.
I met Schae on October 30th. I believe it was the year 2014, and it was a Thursday. I remember it was a Thursday because a Panthers game was playing, and it was at nighttime. It was my first time coming up to the guy's apartment, and when I opened the door, there was a bunch of people. I was so overwhelmed. I sat down, and I just remember hearing this laugh, and it was very contagious. I was like, oh my gosh, who is that? And this girl had blonde hair, and I was so curious because I had blonde hair too, and blondes just have this connection. The first thing I noticed about Schae was, again, her laugh, and her beautiful smile.
I first met Schae in 8th grade. We were both in the principal's office, but I was just there running an errand, and I think she was there because she had started a food fight. We got to talking while we were both sitting in the waiting room, and she made me laugh within like 2 minutes, and we were fast friends. So we've kind of grown up together. But even though we're definitely more mature now and we're really into what we're studying and enjoying life as adults, Schae still has that same energy that she always has. And so that's definitely the first word I think of when I think of Schae, is like energy and like enthusiasm about life. She brings joy wherever she goes.
We met, not technically, I saw her on a roommate website when we were planning on going to Western. I saw her and I thought she was beautiful, and I was like, I have to be friends with her. So I like stalked her on Instagram, followed her. She didn't follow me back, whatever. So I could like keep up with her and everything. And we actually ended up having a class together at Western, so that's where we like officially met. And that's when I like a few weeks later confessed my love to her, because I had told her that I had knew who she was for a while now because I saw her on social media. Was just such an incredible friend, as you all know. And when I first met her, the first thing that stood out was like how outgoing and loving she was, just like kind of right off the bat. Like she was not afraid to be herself and wasn't afraid to like show affection towards you and just be like, oh my god, you're so great, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. She just had such an energy and aura about her that I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like very overwhelmingly happy. I don't know, and it just really rubs off. And I just know whenever I was with her, I can't be in a bad mood, and that stands to this day. She's definitely one of a kind. how often do you get this like beautiful blonde-haired girl that has such a genuine heart, a genuine love for others, and really looking out for herself. She's not selfish. She is always looking out for another person. I know for me, even to this day, 3-4 years later, she still looks out for me and still wants my best interest at heart, and is constantly wanting to know if I'm doing okay, and it's just out of the good in her heart. She loves other people so well.
To be honest, I really don't know when I first met Schae. I know it was freshman year of high school. I was either at like a football game or a class or something. I'm not totally sure. But what I do remember about her was her smile. She could just light up a room, and her teeth were so white. She could literally light up a room. It was crazy. And her smile was it made everyone happy. It made everyone want to be around her, and it was just the first thing I'd really noticed when I got to know her. I guess the words that come to mind when I think of Schae are enthusiastic and friendly. She's always so extravagant, and no matter what she does or says, and she always does it in a happy, smiling way. It just draws people to her, and she's always so happy when she's so enthusiastic. It's great. And then friendly because she's that model friend that you would want to have, that everyone would want to be around and be there for. And she's always there for people and always helping people and spending time with them. She's just that model friend. So happy birthday, Schae. I'm glad I could spend it with you. And I'm glad everyone here could spend it with you too. I hope it's a great one, and I can't wait to spend many more birthdays with you. Happy birthday.
What's the first word that comes to your head when you think about Schae?
Happy. The first word that comes to my mind when I think about Schae is happy.
Why?
Why? She's always smiling, and then when I see her and she's happy, then I'm like, okay, I'm happy, even though I have nothing to be happy about too, and then we get happy, and then it's just like, alright, why are we happy again? I really hope you black out, but I kind of wish you would throw up. Like, I know you don't want to, but you're not really 21 if you don't throw up, so good luck.
The first time I met Schae was in my small group communications class, and I knew as soon as she started talking about hiking and traveling that I wanted to be her friend. I called my mom after the first class, and I was like, Mom, there's this girl in this class. She's blonde, she's beautiful, she's so funny, she loves traveling. Like, I have to be her friend. I have to get to know her. And we got assigned to a group project together, and this was in March. And we really just hit it off from there. I mean, we've basically been obsessed with each other since then. She walks into a room, she is literally exploding with joy and energy and kindness and attention to other people. And that's one of the things I value about her the most, is just how much attention she gives me. And I know that sounds weird, but I've never had a friend actively listen and 100% be devoted to listening to my problems and giving me advice like Schae. She's definitely helped me through really hard times, and I'm so thankful for her presence in my life, just because I don't know if I would have been able to get through the last year without her help. But I'm so excited to see where this friendship takes us as we journey through college and transition into adulthood, because I know that if I do all of these things with Schae, then my life is about to be a pretty wild ride. So to Schae, happy birthday. You are one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I'm so glad we're friends, and I can't wait to see where this year takes us.